Hey guys, this is Robert from Long Island Outdoorsman. Today we're going to do a video on tuning a Diamond Infinite Edge Pro. Customer brought the bow to us for some work, and we discovered that his arrow rest was pushed very far left, causing the arrow to be canted left. So before we did anything to the bow, I shot it through the paper tuner, and it was shooting perfect bullet holes. So I said to the customer, I'm like, listen, the only way that could happen is something must be wrong with the bow, because your center shot should be somewhat parallel, as pretty close to parallel with this line on the riser. And if you're shooting bullet holes and the arrow's clearly, visibly aiming left, something's got to be wrong with the tune on this bow. Because sure enough, after we adjusted his center shot, we gave it the eyeball test. It went. We were getting bad tears on the paper. So yeah. So basically, we're gonna start over here. We're gonna get the bow and we're gonna set the cam timing. We're gonna do a yoke tune on it, and then we're gonna adjust his rest properly, and hopefully try to get some bullet holes again, but this time do it the right way. Alright guys, so next thing we're going to do here is I have a little shop arrow that's cut down so that it doesn't hit the wall. We're going to put it in his rest. We're going to make some adjustments here, left to right. And we're also going to put a bubble level on it to make sure that the arrow is 90 degrees perpendicular to the string. Alright, so I don't know if you can see that. Let me zoom in a little bit. Bubble level's pretty good. We have another bubble level over here that you can see is not good. So we're going to adjust . Move this rest up a little bit. Okay. Now we're good. Okay, but we still have to fix our left to right, or windage rather. Alright, so at this point we used our bubble level. Our arrow is 90 degrees perpendicular to the string. Our center shot looks good to me. Now we're going to shoot it, and I'll show you how badly out of tune it is. Alright, so we got our paper tuner set up. Time to shoot. I'm about 6 feet away from the target, or the stand, paper stand. Try to have a nice relaxed grip. Keep as steady as possible. Got a little bit of face pressure on the string. And you can see how bad that is. So that is not what we're looking for. We could do a lot better than that. So I'll go through the process of how we fix that now. Alright guys, we got our bow on the draw board. We're going to crank it back. We're going to check for cam timing. Cam timing looks pretty good. In case you were wondering, the reason why I was putting a little downward pressure on the bottom limb is to get the bow perfectly vertical. My bow press, my draw board tends to pull the bows this way a little bit. So, yeah, it'll throw off the cam timing if I don't put a little downward pressure on it. Anyway, at this point, we're going to yoke tune it. And that should fix the problem. So we'll go through the steps together. Alright, so we're going to twist up the right side and untwist the left side. So I'm going pretty extreme with the twisting and untwisting. Basically twisted the right side as much as I can without it starting to like kink. And then I untwisted the left side all the way so that there's absolutely no twist in it. And I want to see if that will correct the previous shot. And if it does, then we know we're on the right track. And then I could make some fine-tune adjustments from there. Alright, so I noticed that on this upper cam, when I took all those twists out, we're getting a situation now where this cable is rubbing up against this cam. So I don't like that. So before we do anything, I'm going to manipulate these twists a little bit so that we're close to the cam but not touching the cam, because we don't want to fray that string. So I'm going to fix that now. Let me see what's causing that. Probably have cam lean. Yeah. We got a little cam lean. Alright, so put a couple more twists in that gray string. There we go. So now we're close, but we're not rubbing. Still seeing a little bit of cam lean, but we'll address that during the fine-tune process. Alright, so it's time for our second shot now. Here we go. Okay, so I'm very happy with that. Let's get a closer look. That's almost perfect. So I'm going to do a best of 3 and see if there's any more tuning that we need to do. And I'll pull the paper a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty damn good. And that's not bad for literally one adjustment. Doesn't always go this smooth. Sometimes there's a lot of trial and error when you're doing this work. Twisting, untwisting, making adjustments to the cam timing. But in this case, I'm really happy with that. So again, we're about 6 feet or more, well, maybe about 8 feet from the paper tuner stand. Hopefully I get this on camera. Oh yeah, I'm super happy. Super happy. Let me zoom in on that. I'll bring the camera a little closer. We may be like a touch, a slight touch knock high right. So I'm gonna just do a couple little tweaks here, but I don't want to waste your time showing the tedious process of this. You know, basically we're gonna do what we did before with twisting and untwisting the cables. I might make a little adjustment on my knock point or move my rest slightly to just really dial it in. But basically, you know, this is the kind of work that we do here. We could do string changes. I can do, I've replaced cams, paper tuning. I don't have a ton of space down here in my workshop. I only have 10 yards, so we're a little bit limited as far as doing sight-in for your pins and stuff like that. But as far as like the tuning of the bow, this is pretty much all you need, is about 10 yards. And I can even do, you know, some minor quick tuning on sights, you know, help you out with your windage and your pin gap and stuff like that a little bit. So, but yeah, we, again, this is Robert from Long Island Outdoorsman, and we sell hunting, fishing, firearms, archery equipment. We pretty much service everything we sell. We have a website where you can purchase off of our website. And if you have any questions, you could respond in the comments, or you can give us a call at 516-678-5554. We're located in Rockville Center, New York. But yeah, towards the end of the video, I'll show you the final tune. And again, I don't want to bore you with that part. We're just making little micro adjustments, like I said, to the rest, to the knock point, and I might do a little more yoke tuning. But considering what it was doing before, with one adjustment, you know, using our bow press and doing that yoke tune and a little arrow rest tune, I'm very happy with the result. So I have no doubts that we'll be able to get it like absolutely perfect. And that's with a whisker biscuit rest. We're not using a $200 QAD drop away rest or you know, a ham ski or anything like that. This is just a basic whisker biscuit style. It's not a whisker biscuit, it's Diamond's aftermarket version of their capture rest. It's just a basic ready to shoot package that, you know, the bow came with this rest, and it's tunable. So yeah, very happy, and I'll show you guys at the end what else we could do. Thanks. Alright guys, so I'll explain to you what I did. I moved his his knock point up maybe less than a 1/16 of an inch, maybe like a 32nd of an inch, or maybe even less. Okay, and I added half a twist on the yoke on the top and the bottom, and we'll see what it does now. That's it. That's what we want. Okay guys, so you can see the difference between that last shot and the final tune. So you can see here, just barely make it out, that this fletching mark, when it passed through the paper, it looks a little shorter than these two, and that's because the hole from the arrow shaft is a little low. It's a little off center. But after that final tune, you can see 1, 2, 3 fletchings. They're equal length, and we have one hole, or bullet hole as people like to call it, through the center. And yeah, man, that's perfect. That's what we want. And that went really well. It doesn't always go this smooth, but when it does, it's very satisfying. So yeah, happy, happy, happy.